Over the past 16 years of our lives, Ethan and I have had the opportunity and privilege to have gone on many trips all across the country with each other and our families. We've gone everywhere from one of the most northern parts of the U.S., Jamaica Point, Maine, to one of the most southern parts of the U.S., Naples, Florida. Each trip has been drastically different from one another, but all have proven to have been an unforgettable experience.
Every year, I usually get the chance to go on about 3 vacations, whether it be with my family, my grandparents through young life, or even just to stay at Smith Mountain Lake. But after all of my experience vacationing, nothing separates itself more in my mind than a week spent on vacation with my best friend. Simply saying that there is never a dull moment when on a trip like this is a gross understatement, because Baylor and I, after many vacations together, can honestly say that we have made lifelong memories just sitting in a car. Even beyond the obvious, though, one thing that Baylor and I had never thought about before going on these big trips is the bond that we would form not only with one another, but with each other's families. And just as I've said that bonding with your friend is amplified when traveling, the same is true for everyone around you, meaning everyone on the trip. And when I die, I will have the absolute pleasure and honor to be able to say that I have seen Alexander Boone laugh so hard that he physically could not hold back tears.
When you travel with each other, you are living with one another for a week or more. Therefore, you're not simply experiencing their family personally, but also as they are publicly. Traveling together allows you to see each side of their personality and really get to know them as a person, and not just know them as your friend's mom or dad. After many years of traveling with each other's families, I feel as if I have a second family. I am technically an only child, but because of many vacations with each other, I feel that I now have a brother. My first memory of traveling with Ethan is one of our many vacations to Kiowa Island. For 3 years, we traveled to Kiowa Island with our moms, along with Ethan's sister Laurel and their cousin. The 7-hour long car ride seemed like a daunting task, but it always turned out to be a fun experience. My favorite memory of traveling to Kiowa is when Ethan's dad had taped a sign on the back of our car that read, "Caution, woman driver." On the way down, tons of people honked at us and drove by laughing and pointing at the car. I've had many great memories from going to the beach, riding bikes, and doing many more activities. Each activity created a new memory between the two of us and along with our families.
Throughout each trip that Baylor and I have taken, we have both learned something new about each other, an aspect impossible to avoid when bound to someone for upwards of 220 hours at a time. The types of things that you learn about your best friend when traveling are things you wouldn't usually be able to observe about them, whether it be small things like their sleeping habits, or bigger things like how sloppy or neat they are, or how they treat and interact with their parents. This also brings about a deeper level on which to bond because you know something major about your best friend that no one else really knows, almost inadvertently forming an aspect of secrecy among the two of you. Not only has traveling developed and strengthened our friendship, however, it has also tested the strength it currently holds. When your friend and you are both together for 24/7 for a week or more, you are bound to at some point get on each other's nerves and make one another angry. Sorting these differences out forms the heart on which the basis of your friendship and bondage exists, because if you cannot move past your differences, then your vacation will forever be tainted with a sour memory of a disagreement that was taken way too far. Beyond this, retrospect to these arguments always ferment to cause even more regret over the argument because they always turn out to be very small problems that could have been very easily solved, but sometimes never are. This causes both friends to put mutual effort into their relationship and try to strengthen their bond by learning how to solve their problems together, free of anger and hatred of any detrimental kind.
Overall, traveling with your best friend is an unforgettable experience that I think everyone should try at least once in his or her life. When you travel with your best friend, your bond with them becomes substantially stronger and you get to learn different things about them that you may not have known before the trip. When you travel with their family, you're not only developing a closer bond with your friend, but also their parents and their siblings too. All of these aspects will help strengthen your bond and your ability to form agreements, but will also help you to learn a critical life skill that you will use throughout the rest of your life.